でも大丈夫だ。俺たちまだ友達じゃないんだよね。だったら。
でもこれだけははっきり言える。長谷くんとの記憶は全部消えちゃう。
I saw most of you wanted me to make this list, so get your tissues and napkins ready, as we are ranking some underrated sad shows today. Without wasting any time, I present you top 10 sad anime that will make you cry. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also hit that notification bell so that you can stay updated whenever I upload a new video. Now sit back, relax and enjoy the video. Let's start our list with Kisnever. The story takes place in the fictional city named Sugomori City. One day, our protagonist learns that he has been selected to be a Kisnever. That allows him to share his wounds and connects him to the classmates whose lives and personalities completely differ from his. All those who are connected to this system are called Kisnever. When one Kisnever is wounded, the system divides and transmits the wound among the other Kisnever. I feel this anime can be boring for some people who don't like slow pacing, even though having some flaws. Show does an amazing job in characters department. I recommend you to give it a try and decide it for yourself. Coming at the 9th place, we have 1 Week Friends. Our protagonist is a high school student, and he's concerned about a girl named Corey. She always stays alone and never tries to become close friends with anyone. They unknowingly become friends and begin to eat lunch together. Although they enjoy having conversations, she strangely enough keeps denying their friendship. Later she reveals that she's suffering from a memory disorder, and her memories disappear within 1 week. This show is a proof that the best ones out there don't need to have complex plots to be remembered forever. It will make you laugh, cry and leave you with wanting more. I highly recommend you to give this show a try. Definitely an underrated anime, in my opinion. In 8th place, we have True Tears. Our protagonist lives with his crush. Even though setup seems pretty interesting, reality is completely different. Due to her academic success and athlete record, she's very popular at her school. But at home she's cold and distant. One day a strange girl takes interest in our protagonist. This is the beginning of a new relationship, where he tries to figure out his feelings for the new girl, while finding a way to unlock doors of his crush's cold heart. I feel the storyline is pretty solid. This anime is not to be missed, especially if you are a romance drama fan. Overall, I highly recommend you to give this show a try. You won't regret it. In 7th place, we have Tale of Melodies. The anime tells 2 stories. The first story takes place in the past. Our protagonist meets a girl who seems to know him. He soon remembers that she was a girl whom he knew from long ago. She later reveals that he was her first love since then, and she still feels the same way. Second story takes place in present after the events of Tale of Memories. Shuichi meets a girl who's suffering from a fatal illness and has little time left to live. In my opinion, you should watch Tale of Memories first. While Tale of Memories ends on a good terms, this one is like a roller coaster of emotions. Definitely an underrated classic show, and you should definitely not miss this. Also, just a heads up, it has a sad ending. Moving on, we have World End. The story takes place in a world which is attacked by unidentified monsters known as beasts. The species that had managed to survive left the ground and now living on a floating island called Regal Eel. Our protagonist takes refuge on the floating islands in the sky. He then ends up meeting a group of girls while starting an unexpected weapon management job. I feel this show is mainly focused on storyline. Also, it does an amazing job in setting up its premise. I would recommend you guys to watch this anime, even though it is more of drama, tragedy, romance genre type of setting. Definitely it's a hidden gem, and more people should discover it. In 5th place, we have March Comes In Like a Lion. Our protagonist is a 17-year-old professional shogi player who suffers from anxiety, depression, and loneliness. After losing his family, he moves into his own apartment in Tokyo to avoid inconveniencing others. Soon after his arrival, the boy meets the Kawamoto family, a trio of sisters, and their grandfather who run a traditional Japanese pastry shop. Their warmth and loving kindness start healing his anguished spirit. Even though having a very simple story, with no really extraordinary elements, it manages to handle and describe all the complex human feelings and thoughts of the characters so naturally and perfectly. You know me, guys. I'm sucker for underrated shows, and it's definitely one of them. Coming at the 4th place, we have Banana Fish. Our protagonist was a runaway picked off the streets of New York City and raised by the infamous godfather of the mafia named Dino. Now 17 years old and the boss of his own gang, he begins investigating the mysterious Banana Fish. Everything changes when Dino sends his men after him at an underground bar he uses as a hideout. They manage to kidnap his friend. Now he must find a way to rescue them and continue his investigation into Banana Fish. I feel this show is more on the darker side. You can better term it as a depressing show. Also, the added touch of action adds more spice to the overall experience. Definitely a must-watch if you're more into darker plot and don't mind heavy action. In 3rd place, we have Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. One fateful day, a massive 8.0 earthquake rocked the city and caused massive devastation and death in its wake. Our protagonist and her little brother find themselves alone in this devastated city, but a kind delivery woman named Mari promises to help them get back to their family. Now they travel the ruined cityscape and brave immense danger as they try their best to make their way home. I feel it's truly a unique anime that deals with realism. You may find it little rushed sometimes, but it doesn't affect the overall feels and emotions. Don't forget to carry some tissues or napkins, because the feels will hit you really hard. Coming at the 2nd place, we have Plastic Memories. After failing his college, our protagonist is offered a position at the renowned corporation known for its production and management of Giftia, androids that possessed human emotions called Giftia. His main job is to recover Giftia that are close to their expiration. To make it worse, he is ordered to work with a female android who is never given any responsibility other than serving tea to co-workers. I think you all must be familiar with the show. If you are not, then I think you should watch it right away. It will leave you crying like a baby, questioning your very existence. I will recommend watching some good comedy shows after this. And don't forget your tissues. In 1st place, we have To Your Eternity. A mysterious immortal being is sent to Earth with no emotions and identity. It's able to take shape of anything it sees. Starting from a rock, it ends up taking the shape of an animal. Finally, it gains consciousness, and it starts exploring the empty land. He meets a boy who lives alone in a ghost town. people of the village abandon the place in search of the paradise said to exist far beyond the endless sea. Acquiring the form of the boy, it sets off on a never-ending journey in search of new experiences, places, and people. From the first episode, I must say, this is truly a masterpiece. From characters to animation, even the storyline is just amazing. Definitely a tearjerker, in my opinion, and deserves this first place. That's all for today's list, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed the video. Show your support by dropping a like and subscribing to my channel. Also follow me on my social media accounts to stay updated. In the end, you all stay happy and I will see you in the next video. See ya.